Hi guys, welcome. If you are new, welcome back. If you are not, today we're going to do a very detailed eyebrow tutorial. So yeah, I'm just going to jump right into it. First off, I showed you a spoolie brush. We'll be using that for the tutorials. You need the hair wax, you need your pencils, of course, to draw your brows, and also you're going to need concealers to clean out your brows. And aside from concealers, you're going to need your foundations as well. So first off, I'm going to brush my hair in place using the spoolie and also the hair wax. This hair wax, the reason why I use it is because it's going to give your brows that laminated flat effect, and if you're going to wear your makeup throughout the whole day, believe me, your brows is not going to go anywhere. Your brows will be intact for as long as you want it to be. That's what the benefit of this hair wax. It's just going to keep the brows in place. There will be no flyaways. Your hair will be in place for as long as you want it. So I'm just gelling it down, taking my time, giving the brows the shape I would want it to go. And I'm using the end of the spoolie to take off the excess product on the brows, which is what I just did. And then I'm going to just clean out whatever it is that is left on my face. You don't want the product to be spread everywhere on your face, so you just use your wipes to like clean out the excess. You only want the products to be exactly on your brows. So next off, I used my powder to set the brows. You want to do this step because after you've done the whole part of the hair wax, like your brows are going to be very slippery, so you need to do this particular process so that your pencil can glide on your brows easily. So it's very important. Make sure you set your brows immediately after using the hair wax, or if you don't want to use the hair wax at all, it's fine, but make sure you set your brows before you go in with the pencil, just so that your pencil can glide on your brows easily. So I'm just outlining my brows right now using my brow pen. So I use the new Davis Wood pencil. So I'm just giving the brows the outline I want. You need to take your time. If you want to create an arc for your brows, you do it. If you don't want to, you do it. Like, just take your time. If you don't know which way to go or how to draw your brows, I'll advise you follow the natural outline of your natural brows. Don't go and start creating something that is not there. So next off, I'm going to fill in my brows, and I'm doing that by creating hair-like strokes just to mimic my hair. I'm just going to fill in the brows. Any part that I know I don't have hair, I'll just make sure I fill that part in. Basically, just fill in your brows with the pencil. So yes, and you also try to make the tail of the brows to be a little bit darker than the beginning of the brows. Fill in your brows, use your brush and brush it in. Like, just take your time. Do the same thing for your next brows, and then make them to look at least a little bit alike. Like, they don't have to be identical. Like they say brows are sisters, not twins. So try your best to make them look a little bit alike. So just gently take your time, like I said before. Fill in your brows, outline it, be gentle, take your time. Yeah, practicing, and as long as you keep on practicing, you tend to get better at doing it. So just take your time with this step. Yeah, so I'll just allow you watch the process. So quick one, I was going to ask, if you watched my last video, what do you think about it? Please do let me know in the comment section, or do well to watch the last video if you haven't, and then drop your suggestion. Tell me what you think. Just let me know whatever it is you want to see on this channel, and I'll try my possible best to create that look for you. Yeah, so, and if you are yet to subscribe, please do like, comment and subscribe this video. Like, I was so surprised. I had over 80 views on my last video. Like, 80 people actually watched that video, and I got only 10 likes, and I'm like, what is happening? Please guys, just do well to click on the like button. I beg you. Thank you very much. Subscribe as well. I really appreciate. Thank you. So now I'm just using my spoolie to brush my hair, just to make sure there are no harsh lines. I'm trying to blend the pencil into my natural hair, just so you don't necessarily have to see the difference between the pencil and the hair, even though that's impossible. But yeah, you get the gist. So it's time to clean out our brows and conceal. I'm using this flat brush. It's not an angled brush. I don't usually use angled brushes, more especially when it comes to brows. I don't use it both for myself or my clients. I prefer to use a flat brush that is kind of curved, because it just gives me the opportunity or the liberty to create any kind of shape I want to create. But I feel like if I'm using an angled brush, I'm just restricted to that very sharp, edgy kind of brows, if you know what I mean. So I prefer to use flat brushes with round or curved shape than an angle brush. I'm just using this to clean my brows. I went in with my Zikel concealer in the shade Nude for the brow bones, because you always want your brow bone to stand out and you want it to be like lighter. So any concealer you're using for that particular part of your brow should be a little bit light. It's just going to make the makeup or your face, it's going to make the brows stand out basically. And then for the beginning part of my brows, I went in with my foundation mixed with the concealer. So I mixed my foundation with a little bit of the Zikel concealer just to go in at the beginning part of my brows. Then for the brow bones towards the end, I used Zikel concealer in the shade Nude. And for the top of my brows, I'm going to use my foundation. So after concealing, always allow your concealer to sit for a little bit before you blend. It's going to give you a full coverage if you allow your concealer to sit for a while. So yes, I allowed my concealer to sit for a while. Then I went in with my blending brush to blend the concealer away. And also, like, I don't know, when it comes to brows, I tend to do my brows after makeup, not before makeup. But as a beginner, I would always advise that you try your best to start with your brows. Don't just jump in and say you want to start creating your brows after your makeup, because when you do your brows after your makeup, you can't correct any mistakes. You can't even make mistakes. So when you are doing your brows, just make sure you take your time. I usually don't do this step. I just go in with my makeup, and then once I'm done with my makeup, I draw my brows. So yeah, conceal. Don't worry about the concealer that went out. When I use my foundation on my makeup, everything will be gone. Like, you won't even see it. So now I'm using my foundation to clean the top of my brows. And yeah, you want to be very careful. If you have a particular shape in mind, if you want to follow your brow shape, this is where the whole thing comes into place. So you just want to be very careful when doing this particular step. Take your time and conceal the top of your brows. If you want your brows to be big, if you want it to be thin, this is where you can have the opportunity to reduce or increase your brows. So yes, sorry, not increase but actually reduce. So just take your time with this process and create the shape you like. So I'm just going to do the exact same steps to the second brows, and just everything I mentioned and I did in the first brow, I'm going to apply the same step in the second brows. Conceal using the lighter shade to highlight the brow bone, using my foundation mixed with the concealer to clean out the beginning of my brows, using my foundation for the top of my brows. Basically the same step. Whatever you do to one brow, you want to make sure you do the exact same thing to the second brows. So yeah, I'm just going to let you guys watch the entire video. Please, if you are yet to subscribe, please don't forget to do that. If you haven't liked this video and you've watched till this extent, please click on the like button. Thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Share this video with your friends. It might be helpful to someone. Let's share it with your friends. So I'm done drawing my brows. I'm just going to use my mascara wand or my spoolie to brush my brow hair. And I'm just brushing the brows, doing the same thing for the second brows, and then I'm going to set my brows in place using my powder. I'm going to use my face powder that I used before at the beginning of the brows, just to set the brows so that the brows will not be looking oily. You know, after using concealer and so much products, you use your powder to set your brows. If you're going to be doing a full face makeup, you can skip this part because you're still going to use powder anyways. But I'm just doing this for the sake of this tutorial. It's not like I was going anywhere or I was planning to do a full face makeup. So I set the brows with my powder, both the bottom part and the top part of the brows, to avoid it looking oily. And that is the end of the video. Please click on the link in the description box to watch my previous video if you haven't. And yes, this is the finished look. Bye.